Hey guys, Andrew, what of Bushcrafter here today. I'm out in the woods today and I'm going to do the first video in the new series I'm going to do, which is the Beginner's Guide to Bushcraft. Now, this video I'm going to look at the basic kit. I'm going to go through a number of items which cover the basics of what you'd need for a day out in the woods. And these are items you can find around the house, or you can build this kit for something like less than £5, okay? Less than £5. So, start to finish, the first item when you go out, irrelevant if you just go for a walk, if you're going out bushcrafting, if you're going out with a family, it's a bottle of water. Now these plastic bottles of water you can get 6 for less than £1 in Sainsbury's or something like that. Good bottles, they're strong, got pop tops, and they carry, what's this? This is 500 millilitres, I believe. Yeah, 500 millilitres of water, or any liquid you like. Blackcurrant works. I always carry water because I can use water in first aid, and I can use it for cooking, and I can drink it. And it's the best hydrating liquid there is. So water, that's your first item, that's a given. Any water bottle will do. Now a lot of people will say you want a stainless steel or a metal water bottle. This is how you can cook in it. Now I've got a cheaper solution than going out and buying a metal bottle. Tin can. Empty tin can with the top cut off, okay? It is, as long as it hasn't got the plastic lining on the inside, so I think it's Heinz baked beans have that plastic inside. A plain, empty, clean water bottle, tin can, water bottle fits perfectly inside it, and there you have a cooking kit. You have your liquid for cooking in, and you have your cooking pot. Now what you can do, you can get a multi-tool or a screwdriver and put 2 holes in it, and put a piece of coat hanger or wire over the top so it hangs. I shall show you a picture of that. I'll add a picture of that in because I haven't done that to this bottle yet. I'll do that at some point. I haven't got any wire on me today, so I shall do that and add a picture to the end about now. So that's your cook kit. Tin can and a water bottle, and that's everything you need. Now for cooking, it takes me down to the next section. Cooking. A lot of people will cook on gas or meths or some other fuel. An easy one to do, providing you're in a safe woodland where you're in the right environment to have fire, so you're not on peat ground. If you're on peat ground you have a raised fire. You're on property where you're allowed it, or you leave no trace, and all those good things. Fire is your best option for cooking. It also keeps you warm, so it counts as a shelter aspect. So coming up with cheap ways to make fire is relatively simple. I mean, I've got a bag here of cotton wool balls. There you go. What's that, 50p for a bag? And I've used quite a lot of them. They work, and you've probably got some of them around the house. Tampons work as well. You can also pick up candles, nice and cheap, and a standard gas lighter. I mean, yeah, it does work, it's just a bit windy today. So they're cheap. Everything here is cheap. Lighter is a good way of lighting fire. With fire, obviously you just need the knowledge of collecting the dry sticks, making the fire, making an appropriate base, setting up. I shall go through that at some point. So you've got your fire and you've got your cooking pot. You're going to want something to cook. This is a bit of an irrelevance. You can pick up whatever you like. I got super noodles. You can carry whatever food you want, anything that will fit in that tin can. Another item you might need when you're out and about, especially if the weather starts to turn bad, is a shelter item. Now you can pick some of these up on the cheap. Obviously your first line of defence from the weather conditions are your clothing. That is your first line of shelter. But emergency poncho and a cheap foil blanket. This is a gold foil blanket. A pair of these together cost me £1. This, as you can see from the image, covers a human, and much like a poncho, a normal poncho, not an emergency poncho, you can stretch it between 2 trees and make a small lean-to or another shelter of some sort. The blanket, wrap yourself up in it, you can make a lean-to with it. Reflects heat back at you. It's very useful. So those are your 2 shelter items for £1. Very simple, yes? To put them up you'll be needing cordage or string. You can buy garden string or stuff, but I've picked up this roll of green nylon-y, plasticky stuff. 3 of these for £1 in Poundland or a hardware store or something. So again, that's very cheap. That's about 30p, 33p worth of string right there. And I've used quite a lot of it. You can see how big that roll still is, and it goes all the way. So you can get a lot of string for not a lot of money, and that stuff's quite strong, this stuff. It works well. So we've covered water, cooking, fire, shelter, cordage. The last item, which a lot of people consider essential and important for bushcraft, is a good cutting tool. Now, with all cutting tools you have to be aware of the laws, the knife laws. A good safe option is if you've got a folding pocket knife, Swiss Army knife, Victorinox style. If your brother, uncle, granddad, father, friend has got one, use it. They are ideal. You don't need a knife to do anything heavy when you're just going out for the day. Maybe a little bit of carving if you're enjoying yourself, a knife for doing some cooking, food prep. But an ideal knife to take, sorry, another knife you can take, which you could probably got around the house and you can pick up on the cheap, kitchen knife. Now these are ideal for food prep. I don't really like using folders for food prep because of the hinge mechanism and the food getting in it and risk of problems, but a good little kitchen knife. Now it doesn't look like much and most people wouldn't consider it, but when you start describing the properties of this knife, 3.5 inch drop point stainless steel knife, full tang with black plastic scale handle. It sounds an awful lot like a bushcraft knife. Now it's very thin, but as I said, you're not going to be doing anything particularly heavy with it. Okay? Just see how thin it is. And I've made a sheath for it. It doesn't come with a sheath, and it's basically just cardboard, toilet roll cardboard wrapped up into a tube, or that sort of shape, oblongy shape, wrapped up in duct tape with a bit of cotton wool down the end to stop the knife going through, and it sits over the blade. So yeah, the ideal sort of knife to be carrying is a Swiss Army knife or a small multi-tool. Kitchen knife also works. You can pick them up on the cheap. That there, my friends, is what I would class as the basic beginner's kit to bushcraft. Just something you can carry on you when you go out for a day in the woods. Fits into a very small backpack. You don't need anything else. Just wear good clothing, good boots, carry a phone. If you've got it, some plasters and some paracetamol. It's just a basic first aid kit. Hand gel is always good if you can get some alcoholic hand gel. And in my opinion, that is all you really need for a day out in the woods. As I said, guys, this is the first video in my Beginner's Guide to Bushcraft series. What I'll be doing is I'll be taking this kit, which I've got down, which I've shown you today, and I will be doing a series of basic bushcrafting tasks: fire lighting, shelter building, food prep, cooking, and just the sort of things which we do, the sort of activities we do when we're out and about in the woods, or whichever environment you like to be out in. I like being out in the woods. So, thank you guys, I'm Andrew Dwight of Bushcraft today. That was the Beginner's Guide to Bushcraft, Part 1, the basic kit. I hope you enjoyed it. Anyone who has any opinions or any comments about this, please let me know in the comments box below. I'll get back to you as best I can. Stay safe out there, God bless you.